What a do, Zero crew here with another live stream. Today we're going to be talking about the West Ham Chelsea game, more transfer news, and just a lot of stuff surrounding Chelsea. So, guys, I need everyone who just joined to smash that like button guys, before we get into the stream today, guys. But I want everyone to do it right now. Let's roll the intro so we can get into the stream. Let's go.
We fucking got him.
And we're back, guys. Here with another live stream today. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Before we get into the stream, guys, everyone needs to smash that like button right now. Subscribe if you're new. If you're watching on replay, comment below, guys, your favorite, your thoughts on everything that we do discuss today. But big up to Starboy Nice and early in the house. We got Chi, we got to Reggie, who's in the house. We got Santiago in the house. Big up to and Hakim in the house. Big up to you guys. Appreciate you guys for joining. We got to Yusuf as well, bro. Big long time no see, bro. Hope you are well, bro. Long time no see. Hope you are well, bro. And yeah, guys, I mean, it's another stream. I mean, obviously, transfer window is over, so stream's going to be a bit slow these days, guys. So I need you guys to make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn that bell on, guys. Turn that bell on. But today, we're going to talk Potter, guys. Potter. Is Graham Potter the right man for Chelsea? Is Graham Potter the right man for Chelsea? We're going to discuss it today. There was breaking news, which we're going to talk about today, surrounding that he possibly will be a long-term manager. But let's talk about the West Ham game first. West Ham 1-1, horrible result. Horrible result, But, I did come out and said it's a must-win, It's nothing to kind of, look at and go, excuse. It's a must-win. There's manager had all his players. He put up a good line at the start, and then we just didn't execute it properly, I guess. I mean, so what was your guys' kind of thoughts on the whole game? I mean, 1-1, I was expecting a win. I think everyone was expecting a win. So I don't know why we didn't get a win. Now, there's a lot of reasons to it. Bit to Ziva as well, who's in the house. Bit to my boy. There's a lot of reasons to it. There is a lot of reasons. I mean, obviously, we saw Felix goal. Emerson as well had to score us. I was watching with my man. It's the most Chelsea thing for Emerson to score against us, like a former Chelsea player scoring us. But you look at this lineup. I think from what we had, Graham Potter did a good lineup. I think at the start it was a great lineup. For the best we had, few mistakes here and there, but I say 95% of it got it right. Throughout the game, we were. I don't want to say we're dominating because we weren't dominating the game. We had a lot of chances where a lot of players weren't getting involved. Players were getting involved too much, when they shouldn't be. And I think overall, it should have been a win for us. We were lucky. VAR, they got ruled offside. But again, we weren't lucky in the sense that it was a handball. And Reggie says here we should have won, but we were robbed of a penalty. And my thing is, yeah, we should have won for the penalty. But it comes down to the dictation of the performance. I will still be saying the same thing whether we won or lost. I just said there was same mistakes, here and there. Like again, it comes down to how do we execute the win, and we didn't execute the win to the full capacity. And you could have said we were robbed of a penalty, but do we even score that penalty? So like again, we were robbed of it, but I shouldn't have come down to that. It's West Ham; they shouldn't have even scored on us. So I don't use that as an excuse that we'll rob. Yes, obviously we will definitely rob this of a penalty, but it shouldn't have got to that where we had to rely on a penalty for us to win. And obviously, clear penalty, but we should have ended the game beforehand. Like, just the performance in general was a horrible performance, and then the subs he made as well didn't work. And it comes down to it. He came on, he brought on Hakim, Ziyech, Chilwell, Mount, and then Gallagher as the subs. Ziva says we should have won the penalty. Yes, but it was horrible, And I think, unfortunately, when you've got someone just like Enzo, kind of, and Felix, kind of with the only players kind of playing that game, it was just them two playing the whole game, kind of attacking wise. I'll just fly through. I think Kepa didn't have to do much, but I think did his job. That goal wasn't his fault. Reece James should take major accountability for not marking his man there. Silva did alright. Battered Shield did very good, very calm. I want to Cucurella last. Fernandez again, another job done. The guy fucking was fantastic. Loftus-Cheek stepped up. He did quite well. But we always see this from Loftus-Cheek. He does this for three, four times, and then ghost. Madueke didn't really get involved, but when he did get involved, he wasn't bad, but nothing to a big threat. Felix, fantastic game. I mean, another great game. Felix, Mudryk again didn't get involved. Havertz wasn't even involved. So it comes down to that. Now Cucurella, and this is in my title, guys. Mark Cucurella. Let me say Mark Cucurella. I'm gonna read the chats. I'm gonna let it marinate to you guys, and then we're gonna talk about him. Hashim says performance in the first half wasn't even that, but yeah, obviously the first 25 minutes was great. Played great football first 25 minutes, and it did come down to having someone like Felix who was definitely the main part of it. He was like the main piece of the puzzle to that creativity and to the performance. So I give high props to him. Did you see that? Yeah, that Bunji pass was unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable. And that's something where I'm not going to be so harsh on Mudryk. The guy didn't get involved, but I can see he's got something in him. We haven't seen that pass since Hazard left. You guys can't see and tell me we've seen that pass since Hazard left. We haven't. Again, and then you come to Havertz. Like Havertz, and I'm going to blame Havertz too because he saw the line. Like your job as a striker is to see that line and make the run when he had a lot of time to see that line because Mudryk again had the ball for a while to and then released it. So Havertz saw that line, but again it was just offside. And people go offsides about luck. No, it's not. Offsides about thinking the right technique. You're a striker. You look left. You look right. You look down. I'm onside. Make the run. Boom, 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 run. So be able to see my bar up you well. Is the only me who thinks Havertz was decent. I think Havertz was shocking. I don't think he. I actually, no, I should say shocking. I throw those words. I don't think he was horrible, but I don't think he was great. I will give him what he got, like a 5. He got involved a bit, did decent, but I just don't think it's enough for me. If an 80 million player, it's not enough for me. If that was Dutch Fofana or Bamiyang, we'll be looking like, what the fuck are these guys doing? I just want to see a game where I want to see a striker playing a striker role. I want to leave Havertz to be in his role, and we have 2 strikers there. And the manager's not using him, which comes down to my point on the manager. It's just basic shit that the manager's not doing. Doesn't make sense. We had Bob Ross at left back who can't pass forwards. I'm going to get into Cucurella. Havertz was offside. With his shoulder. And that counts. So here to there counts, and I think down doesn't. You know why Mudryk didn't get involved? Because Cucurella, you cannot fault Mudryk that much. Yes, he should have tried to help Cucurella, but other than that, he did it right. I think Mudryk, that's what I said. I think Mudryk had a good game. I just don't think he was involved. I think you see last game, Mount was in his position the whole time. The guy didn't get involved, and now Cucurella wasn't passed into him. Now, I think Cucurella's a great player. 24, same, he's somehow the same age as James, I think. James is 23. Yeah, so he's just 1 year younger than James. So he's still quite young. 25 this year. So he's not young. I don't like to say players are young, blah, blah. He's not young, but he's not old. So he's got a long way ahead of him. But I think what he's done this season hasn't been the best, but it hasn't been the worst. I think he's definitely had some good games. But then unfortunately, like the other game, I think we had a shocking game, to the point where this guy we know is a left back. We know this guy is a defensive player. And I remember the Liverpool game, Cucurella had Salah in his pocket. He did great. But then he come to West Ham and he just stood there when Bourne crossed the ball in. So I think he's just a bit inconsistent. So the thing for me is to bench him. I'm a massive fan of Cucurella. I think Cucurella's a great player. I really wanted him when we were interested in him. I really want him. But I think the best thing is to bench him. I think a lot of the fans want to play more creativity to Mudryk, and that's fair enough. Because obviously we're not playing Enzo that high, so it leaves our wing backs to do a bit more attacking threat. So I think the best thing to do would be to possibly bench him and start Chilwell. We have Chilwell there. We need to see how Chilwell gets involved. He hasn't played football since November 2021. So, and then when Chilwell came on, he was very attacking. I saw him on the striker role like 2 times. So I would bring someone like Chilwell to start. Dortmund, we'll discuss that. Something there. But yeah, big up to Chelsea G Naz. He says Cuckoo can defend the full 9 minutes even in his best form. So I mean, he had Salah in his pocket. His best game was first time in Man City until Mahrez came on and cooked him. Should have played Chile for 30 minutes and Hall for 60 and then Hall for 30. Everyone has had Salah on smash, but Salah beat Cucurella twice a game. You can save Cuckoo. You can save Cuckoo, Matt. I mean, again, I'm not going to sit here and absolutely defend Cucurella, but he's had definitely some good games. Wolves, he linked up with, I don't know if you guys remember the Wolves game where he linked up really well with Pulisic, and I think that was part of his first game. I think it was, so, but to me, this is the problem to me. And this is the where I kind of sit here and say, why isn't this working? Because Cucurella is a Potter player. Potter, he won the Player of the Year at Brighton. Potter part of this team got him from, fucking hell, what's the team called? Betis? But oh shit, he was at Barcelona, then he went to Real Betis. No, I forgot the team who we bought him from. Shit, what the fuck is that? What's the team we bought him from? Jesus, Getayev. That's right, Getayev. Fucking hell. Jesus. But he was a Potter player. So then to him come in, and I think every Chelsea fan kind of jumped on and said, yeah, Cucurella will be our best player on the Potter because he had him. And I was like, yeah, this guy's going to be a fucking beast, But he hasn't. And it comes down to, what's the manager doing? Is this a manager problem that someone like Cucurella isn't playing good because of the manager's roles? Is it the player himself? Like, why isn't he playing well on the Potter? And this comes down to, does Potter even have a plan? Does Potter even have formation? Does he have a sole play? What does he have? Because we could see here, we say Tuchel's structure, Tuchel's tactics, Tuchel's formation was a 3-4-3, or 3-5, whatever. And the way he played was kind of dragging the ball from the left to the right and attacking through the right and attacking with our wing and creating with our wing backs. That was his tactic. I can sit here and say I knew what Tuchel was doing, and I think a lot of people did because he got figured out, towards the first half of the season. But what is Potter doing? And for me, why isn't Cucurella playing well? Because he has shown to me he can play well at the same manager who taught him. So it doesn't make sense to me. Doesn't make sense. I think he's the one player we signed in the summer window who was definitely a Potter kind of player. He's the one player we can all sit down. I can line up 20 Chelsea fans, and 20 Chelsea fans will tell me Cucurella is a Potter player because the guy fucking played for him. Of course, he's a Potter player. So why isn't he playing well? Are we using him too attackingly? Because at Brighton he played as a left centre back, so he was more of a defender. He was kind of role, just kind of grab the ball, defend it, fucking pass it to the midfield. That was his job. Is he not taking risks? Because we saw at the West Ham game, he wasn't taking any risks. He wasn't pushing the ball forward. He was stopping it, going to Kepa, going to batter the shield, Enzo. Like, he wasn't taking any risk. No confidence. No. There has been leaks that apparently has some family issues towards that. So if there are issues for family issues, the best thing to do is drop him. Not drop him for for confidence thing. It's to kind of Cucurella. We know your thought. You got there's something happening in your life. Sit on the bench for a couple of games, think about it, and come back stronger. That's what you should be doing with a player. And I'm all for starting Chilwell. Like, we have Chilwell there. He's still a good player. And I've said, if an offer comes to Chilwell, I'd sell him because availability is the best availability. So if he can become fit again, why not keep him? Good to meet you, my star boy. Hope you are well. Dortmund will be at 81,000 people, which is crazy. Oof. And they got a crazy fan base. And is our squad ready to kind of handle that pressure? 81,000 people away, We were up to Charles. Hope you're well, my man. Why all our build-up play was from the left side? And it was, yeah. I mean, we kind of did have a lot from the left side, and that kind of we saw, Cucurella stopping and going back. And why are we going from the side? Because we have Mudryk. Mudryk is probably our best creative player on the wing. You got Madueke, but he's not as good as Mudryk. You give Mudryk pace, you give Mudryk space, he can take on a player. He can do it. Same as Madueke, but Mudryk is fast. So I don't believe it's on Potter for Cucurella. I think Potter's instructions is to definitely create for Mudryk. People were sitting here and saying I think it was a manager kind of um it's a manager tactic. If it really was a manager tactic, that's one of the most stupid tactics I've ever seen in my life. Because why would your left back not create for your left winger, especially someone like Mudryk, who you create for, will create a chance. We can definitely get a goal. So you get Mudryk involved, we can get 2-3 goals if you get Mudryk involved. Simple. You know, like if you give this guy's confidence, you give him the ball, space, he can assist anyone. So I don't know. Was it maybe he was kept getting managed by Kufal and Caicedo, the Moroccan guy? I don't know. But Abuda was from majority from the left side because I think it was Mudryk. Cucurella can't use his right foot. To be fair, yeah, I mean he's a left back. Reece James can't really use his left foot either. Cuckoo can't cross at all. He just passes to midfoot. Yeah, and I said that don't know why he does that, and I honestly don't think it's a hard thing to kind of learn on. I think he can do it, and I think maybe hopefully from this game he looks at it and he goes, "Shit, I'm not fucking passing forward. I got to pass forward more." So I hope Marco Correa can look at that because I've seen him do it. He's done it before. He linked up with Pulisic very well against the Wolves game. And when Cucurella first joined, the first 2-3 games, he was class for us. And he was creating. Remember, he was taking corners, and we were like, "Oh, look at this, great! We got left-footed corner taker. Like this guy can cross. We all saw it. The guy can cross. But then now he's slowly backing away from it. He's more just playing calm football. He's kind of playing as like the third centre back, which we don't really need because we're playing a 2 centre back pivot. So. Big to my boy D-Bridge. Hope you are well and everyone in the chat. Guys, we got 20 people in here. Smash the like button. We got Jermaine. Big up to you. Says big up Blues. Big up to you, my boy. Hope you're well. But yeah, as I said, people coming to the conclusion of selling Cucurella. I mean, there's much bigger problems to feel. Why would you sell Cucurella at all? Do you want to sell someone? Sell Mason Mount first. Like that guy comes on and it's a bum week in, week out. But I think Cucurella's becoming that new scapegoat. And I said on the terrace, I think because he's English, he's not English. He gets his scapegoat. Because Reece James was at the back post and didn't mark his man when Bowen crossed the ball. Who scored again? It was Emerson. Fuck Emerson, of course. So he wasn't marking his man. So Reece James got absolutely nothing, no criticism towards him. And then they were booing Cucurella off the pitch. We as fans need to sit here and criticize what the players have done. We know what Reece James is capable of, but we need to sit down and say Reece James that was a shocking mistake from him. Shocking, and he needs to wake up. Did anyone? No one spoke on this. I spoke on the terrace, and I went on. Everyone else watching everyone's stream. No one spoke about how Reece James did not defend that cross properly. So I give. Cucurella didn't do well, but Reece James did not do his job, and he needs to wake up, man, because he's a player that we know who can do it. Why isn't he doing it? And even like Cucurella, he just stood there when Bowen was crossing the ball. What the fuck are you doing, man? Like, I think that game was just a petty mistake, really shocking mistake, really really shocking. But Cucurella to Man City, summer, maybe he moved to Chelsea to avoid Potter. Probably did, and then poor guy. I mean, hopefully he wouldn't have to sit with him for long. Cucurella wouldn't have to sit with Potter for long. But we're gonna get into the Potter talk soon, guys. We've got 30 people in here smashing. Like, we're just kind of getting in our intro so we can get in a big rant about Potter. We went from Hazard to Mount. Please stop reminding me. I don't want to hear it. Be up to you, Kismo. Chili B will be ready for Dortmund and will start. I'm more concerned about centre back with bad, not registered to play. Yeah, that means I think Koulibaly. And here's the thing, Koulibaly. Here's another player. Koulibaly is a player that can do it as well. Koulibaly is a player that can play football. We know it. Why isn't he turning up, man? Is he out of like? I don't know. I sit here and I say Mount's been out of form for a year and a half because the guy hasn't shown he can play the top level consistently. What half a season in the Champions League run is not a consistent run. Scoring 19 goals and assists against the bottom 16 is enough. Like I know. We know Reece James can play football consistently. We know Koulibaly can play consistently football. Why isn't he doing it at Chelsea? I don't know. Reece is probably scared of being injured again. I mean, if you're going to have that mentality, I mean, that's probably Malo Gusto, because if he keeps having that mentality, you're never going to get back to the best. but when the touch, it would have been defended possibly. Should have removed injured Pulisic from the yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, you could have removed them. No, no, I don't think it's that. I think that they can only register 3 new signings, and he registered Mudryk, Felix, and Mudryk, Felix, and I think it was better than no Mudryk, Felix, and I think Dacho Fafana. I think, or Madueke. It was one of them. No, no, sorry, Enzo. Enzo. Enzo, Felix, and Mudryk was the 3 he registered because you can only register 3. So I think I understand. Big West, is he back? I wouldn't have started him against Dortmund though. Would you play 3 at the back or 4 at the back against Dortmund, knowing that we don't have that? We don't have a better shield. Probably a 4 because I think I know Koulibaly can do it. Yeah, yeah, Enzo, yeah. I think I know Koulibaly. I think he's a player who can definitely do it. Just needs to be on his day, and I don't know. Koulibaly is another tricky one to discuss because it's like, do we get rid of him in the summer? Because he's on massive wages, and if he's not turning up, like if people come into me and goes, Matt, I want Koulibaly gone in the summer, I'm not going to sit here and say you're wrong because I think he's been playing shocking for the money he's on, and if ever comes from him, I would sell him because I don't know what he's been doing, man. I really don't. But I want to keep playing him. I want to show what he's been doing. I know, but it's kind of getting difficult to defend. We're gonna get into. We got to declare in the house. We got to, but man, only 3 new signings are allowed. But yeah, this was the West Ham games. Overall, doesn't feel like a win. But let's talk about the manager. Let's talk about the manager, Graham Potter. There was a report, guys, that came out saying by David Ornstein saying Graham Potter will be given time. We don't want to talk. Graham Potter will be given time. So the Chelsea hierarchy intend to judge Graham Potter by years, not months or games. Chelsea expected progress by giving why don't you just say Potter, man? 47-year-old significant time to run a new project mid-season, ongoing rebuild, injuries, youth drive means job seen as safe past long term. If I gotta work, right? If I gotta work, and I'm consistently just shit for 2 months. I took over someone's job. They got fired. I had the same experience. I come in. I'm shit. I'm shocking. Are they gonna sit me down and go, "We know you're gonna become good within a year. We know it. I got so many people who can come in and do a better job for you, but I know you can do it." Are they gonna do that in a job? But if you're performing bad, they're not gonna just let it go. In a big job, especially. Someone needs to remind Tom Boy, this is Chelsea Football Club. And I was listening to Rivals today talking about how Chelsea fans are spoiled, this and that, blah, blah, blah. Right? And to the point where you look at our previous managers, and I don't think Rivals understand that. Because I won't say we, because not a lot of Chelsea fans do, but I would say I, as a Chelsea fan, dictate the manager on and off the pitch. Results matter, but how you make up for your mistakes matters even more. I say with every even players, man, everything. And Graham Potter has not stood up and changed his mistakes that he's made. Simple mistakes, like putting striker in a striker fucking position, or not putting players who you dropped because they're shit on the pitch again. Like the subs against West Ham, your biggest threat were already on the pitch. Why do you sub them off for garbage that you benched for? Like you bench these players for a reason. You want to bring on something else? That's your Fafana was right there. I'd rather play Chukwuemeka. Mason Mount's not going to get you a goal. And he didn't get us a goal, didn't he? He didn't even get a threat. The guy wants 300k a week, but he doesn't look up when he crosses the ball. So simple mistakes from Graham Potter. And for the owners just to sit here and say, we're just gonna give a blind eye to results. We're just gonna give him years. What? Why give him years? So we're gonna sit here and give Graham Potter years, not years. I said the day before, the thing before Graham Potter even got hired, I said Graham Potter will get us relegated. This guy will not win us any Premier League. He won't win us the UCL. It's not about, you know, the experience to a certain extent, but Tuchel had the same squad. Tuchel was going through much worse stuff. We had the COVID, sanctions, his wife's in divorce. He still turned up Monday morning with the squad. you know, turned up Monday morning with the squad and still fucking won. Injuries is what I'm hearing. Everyone was back at the West Ham game. What was the excuse then? Give Potter a window. The guy had a window. I'm not saying to go sack Potter tomorrow morning. I'm not saying that, right? Give the guy time. Let him prove me wrong. Because yeah, maybe you got Hansen Flick on the market, or you got what's his name? Like Luis Enrique on the market. But are they instant successes? Are they someone who we can get as an extra Alex Ferguson? Because I think that's what every Chelsea fan wants. Every Chelsea fan wants a manager that the last 5 years. I don't think people want us to sack a manager. We don't. When we sack a manager, and we'll go, fuck, come on, we failed again. We're not happy when we sack a manager. So we don't want this rotation of managers getting sacked. We want our next. We want our first Sir Alex Ferguson to be here for at least minimum 5 years, minimum 2 years. Let's have 2 years, minimum 2 years, right? And I've always said, sacking Tuchel was a mistake. People go, oh, the ball didn't get along, blah blah blah. Which I guess I understand. You want to sack Potter, fine. Don't go sack him for a manager with no experience, and then give him a 60 million payout if he doesn't perform within 5 years. So what I'm saying is, I will give Potter time. My opinion is that he will never win us a Premier League. He'll never win us a UCL because I don't think he has it in him. I don't think he has any kind of authoritarianism, no discipline, no urgency. And people are saying in the chat, he's a beta male. He is. That's life, he says. When Ziyech clearly hits the hand, that's life, is what he says. That's life. Is he writing a song? Is he writing lyrics to his next song? That's life. And the press conference doesn't help his contention. And it doesn't help him at all. When he goes to a press conference and he starts talking about, oh, that's life, that the VAR didn't go away. Go start, show passion. People go, oh, but he is showing passion. He's just not vocally showing it. Then how? What? To show passion, you got to dictate it to me. To show that you want to succeed, you got to dictate it. You got to show it. You should be sitting there saying, "This, oh, it was a horrible mistake." Don't say that's life. He should be fighting for his players. The players are playing on the pitch, and he's there, kind of agreeing with the refs. Tuchel came out, and people go, "Oh, if Tuchel, oh, why would you say if Tuchel?" It doesn't matter. If Tuchel was there, he'll be screaming at them at the officials. The Conte versus Tuchel was one of the best things I've ever seen because he was fighting for his players. The manager is the voice for the players. He's the one that's supposed to take the shit, right? If your employees are stuffing up, right, the customers don't go yell at the employees, they go yell at your boss, the manager, right? If you're at retail and you fuck up something, right, you call your manager over, and the manager. Oh shit! Why am I muted? Oh fuck! I could have banged my thing. For fuck's sake! How long was I muted for? That's why like 20. Oh shit! How long was I muted for? Oops! I banged my thing. That's why. Oh, I lost my train of thought now. Fuck. All right, let's go through the chats and then we'll get back into it. Graham Potter's a beta male, says Gizmo. Coolly. Aubameyang is at top. You should. Again, it just comes to my intention that these mistakes from Graham Potter, and you would have given him years. Well, he drops our only striker, or like Fofana, who's on the bench, for Havertz, who's not even a striker, and is horrible week in, week out. I don't know. Potter is such a beta personality. It legitimately annoys me. And it doesn't help him. Like, to be Chelsea, you got to be ruthless. We've seen our Premier League winners as managers were Conte and Jose, right? In recent times. They were two managers who did not fucking take shit from anyone. They didn't go to a press conference and say, that's life. Oh, the boys gave it all. Like, have we dropped our stands that much to where when a manager comes down and goes, oh, the boys gave it all, or that's life to, VAR decision that even the admin on Twitter was going at the decision. The admin on Twitter for Chelsea's account was even going against the decision. And our own manager was saying, that's life. So I don't know. Artif says, I don't know. My mic keeps saying, sorry. I don't think the owners would be stupid just to blindly ignore the results. There would be a breaking point for them to. It's UCL crushing in the Southampton match. I bet he's on the down, but I would start a Aubameyang over Havertz. I don't care if Aubameyang leaves, but the guy didn't get any assists. The guy didn't get any service. I mean, so we're becoming mediocre. This is unacceptable. Chelsea has to win the UCL this season. Yeah, man, we'll see. The manager's not fighting for his players. The club, yeah, exactly. He doesn't fight for the players. He doesn't fight for the manager. So, or for the club, I don't know. If they lost it, they did not give it all. So I don't know. So coming back to Potter, yeah. So we'll move for about 20 seconds. Okay, I'm gonna scrub that. Don't want to go to the next part. So for me, it's by result. I will give Graham Potter till probably June minimum, December max, because I'm not highly convinced of someone like Hansen Flick at the moment. I don't mind Enrique, but I'm not kind of convinced. So for me, if we're talking hypothetical, I'm begging every day Pep Guardiola gets sacked to Manchester City because, jeez, that'll be great. But we've come to a point where you ask any Chelsea fan, and they will take Pep instantly over Graham Potter. Instantly, like, even the ones who want Graham Potter will still take Pep. But if you ask Chelsea fans a year ago today, would you take Graham Potter? Would you take Pep Guardiola over Tuchel? Someone would have said no. Someone would have definitely said no. But at the moment, everyone will say yes. The owners are in with Potter for the long term, says Bobby. And yeah, I mean, someone needs to remind Bobby it's Chelsea Football Club, not Brighton. Like people say, he took Brighton from 15th to 13th. Like, what? Is that our excuse for using that he took him up two places and they expect him to take us from 10th to 1st? Potter, I'm sorry, but you look at the statistics. No English manager has ever won the Premier League in the new resolution. So, what says Potter's going to do it? People, there's always an exception to the rule, or there's a first time for everything, blah blah blah. Come on, guys, come on. Hansa Flick would won this, the quadruple for Bayern. Bring him in long term is overrated. I mean, it depends. If you've got like Eric Ten Hag, that can be a long term manager. Tuchel would have been a long term manager, but Bowie had to come in and kind of not say ruin it, but they weren't getting along because he had to be the head coach, the manager, the sporting director. Because Bowie wanted to fire Mourinho and Czech, Tuchel didn't want that role. He wanted just to be the head coach. He was like, maybe I want A, go give me A. I don't want B in the squad to get rid of B. But he wanted him to scout. He wanted to do this. He wanted to go communicate. Tuchel's like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to just coach. We saw in Tuchel's personality, the guy just wanted to kind of manage the game. He'll give him an 11 and he'll work with whatever he gets. He's done that for 2 years. That's why he didn't complain when he didn't get Saul or Lukaku. He got Saul and Lukaku. He didn't complain because he knows whatever he gets, he'll deal with. So and that's the difference. You said you'll be giving him until June, December, Matt. What if our solution worsens from here? We go out the East. Yeah, I mean, yeah, then get rid of him. I mean, I'll tell you, I said I want Potter out the day he walked in the door. Because I said he's not going to get us anything big, and maybe we had those we won against Milan, and because they had 10 players, and with that little run, people start to change their mind and go, oh, but I see something in Potter. I'm sticking by it. Chelsea fans are inconsistent. They've always been flip flops, always. When Potter loses, they'll come out and say out. When he wins, they say, oh, give him time. I'm saying the same thing. Potter needs to go. The only way he changes my mind, and I hope he changes my mind, because I don't want him to go. I want a manager to succeed. Is if he wins the UCL, wins the Prem, improves the squad. But people, are gonna say, "Oh," but I sit here and I say, West Ham, shocking result. He should have won that game. And people go, "Oh, but the players gotta gel. They're gonna take time. They're gonna do this." Come on, time to do what? Everyone knows how to play fucking football on the pitch. 16th place West Ham. If this was City, Arsenal, oh yeah, okay. But this is 16th place West Ham. When was the last time West Ham won a game? And Dortmund hasn't lost a game in 8 games. West Ham, they bet Everton, but they're sitting 16th place. They've had 5 wins. 12 losses. 12 losses. And we're going to sit here and say, give the squad, let the squad gel, give them time. What do you mean give them time, let them gel? 16th place West Ham. And then what if we lose to Southampton? I keep saying, what if we lose Southampton? I said that with Fulham. I said that with West Ham. And look, we both drew and drew. What if we generally lose to Southampton? What happens then? What's everyone going to come out and say when we lose Southampton? If we do, I fucking hope we don't. I don't want to fucking lose Southampton. Absolutely not. What if we do? What's everyone going to come out and say? Give them time? Let the squad gel? Start this player, bench this player, this player. When does it get to a point that we kind of pick what the problem is? If you guys are saying the players are the problem, why didn't Graham Potter stand up in January and get these players out? Teams will definitely take Pulisic. Teams were going to take Hakim Ziyech. Teams will take Gallagher. Teams will take Loftus-Cheek. They're not harder players to sell. Teams will take these players. They will take them. They will take Pulisic within a heartbeat. They'll take Loftus-Cheek. They'll take Gallagher. They'll take Hakim Ziyech. They'll take those 4 players. You want to get rid of 4 players? Mount. They'll take Mount. He's on low wages. Liverpool will take Mount tomorrow. Havertz. They'll take Havertz. They'll take these players. So they'll come up with it's hard to sell players. It's not hard to sell players. Right? Maybe it might be hard to sell someone like, we see with Kepa because he's on very high wages. Maybe you could quite possibly maybe say Havertz, but you could look at everyone else. They're not going to be hard to sell. Mount's on 75k a week. He's complaining he's not on enough. But go get 300k Liverpool then. Fuck off then. In the end, it's a result business. Exactly. And that's the thing, Cabo, as I was saying, it's a business. It's not a fucking childcare center. It's not a fucking library. We sit down and we wait for the next book to come. We wait for the next classroom to come. No, it's a fucking football pitch, right? You fucking don't show up, you don't fucking stay. It's simple as that. And people like Liverpool fans, and as I said, I listened to Rivals today. I was listening to Husam, big up to Husam. I was listening to Don Husam. It was him, Tottenham fan, and all these other ones. And they were kind of saying it's the players' fault. Mount, and Mount was good enough. He'll cross that ball into Ziyech and score. That's what they said. And I say, why would you sub him on then? Mount does that week in, week out. Why do you sub him on? Why do you keep him? It's Potter's fault for getting the players on the pitch. Potter, fucking Anthony Barry, if you're still the assistant manager, fucking Todd Bowie even knows Mount's not good enough for this club. We know Mount is not worth 300k a week. We know Mount doesn't look up when he crosses the ball. So why do you put him on? He's had 8 open play assists in 8,000 minutes. Why do you think he'll get an assist in that game? So that comes down to Potter. Why do you sub him on? Just keep playing with Madueke. Bring on Fofana. Fofana's played 2 games. He's played 2 games, and both were a threat. I need to get some rivals on here. Because maybe I'm seeing it from Chelsea lens. Right? Maybe I only see it from an open lens, but when I see it from the rivals lens, I just don't think get it. I don't think they get the mentality of Chelsea fans. Because you look at someone like Liverpool. I don't know what the stance is on Klopp, but I think someone's sticking with Klopp, right? Because they're not used to how managers the manager bounce like we do. But we're used to it. And I don't want to continue it. I think every Chelsea fan wants to sit here and say, yeah, all right, let's have a manager for a couple of years. We want to have that. But when you go and give this manager, who's had no CV, no experience, he's a fucking beta male, and you give him a payout of 60 million in a 5-year contract, does the owners even know what the fuck they're doing? If they said to him, "Yeah, Potter, you're an interim manager. You're going to be a transitional manager," yeah, that's fine. Because I think Potter is a transitional manager. He is. No one in this chat right now. If you really think Graham Potter can win us a Premier League, type yes right now. 35 people in here. Can you really type yes if you really think Graham Potter can win us a Premier League? If you say no, what's the point of having him as a long-term manager? Yeah, keep him as a transitional. Yeah, keep him transitional, whatever. If Bowie came out to me and said, Matt, I'm not getting along with Tuchel. Don't want him at the club. I said, Bowie, I love Tuchel, but you know what? That's fine. You're not getting along with him. It's not going to work out. Fine. And he goes, I'm going to bring in Graham Potter because he's the only one available. But I'm going to bring him only for a transitional period of time until we find someone better. I'll say, all right, Potter. I'll say, all right, Todd. Great. Bring him in. Give him a short contract. Give him a very little bonus or a little payout, and we'll roll from there because that's how we roll. Yeah, we'll give him a little payout. Done. And he goes, nah, man. You know what? I'm gonna give him a 60 million payout, 5-year contract, and he's gonna be our long-term manager. Like, what the fuck? Why would you do that with a guy with no experience? I don't go hire if I'm driving a forklift. I don't go hire someone with no fucking forklift license. Right? If I'm a driving instructor, are you gonna hire another driving instructor without a license? No. They're gonna have the experience to fucking drive the car first. But he's had no experience dealing with this big mentality. And I think it's showing. I don't know. But again, he did drop Mason Mount, which for me was shocking. And as I clap my hands to Potter on that, but I think Potter's one of the most protected managers in the world. And it shows. Big up to Andrew. I remember Andrew said this a couple of weeks ago, and I think I agree with him. First time I think I agree with Andrew. Winterstead, big up to you, but he says, I think Potter's a very, secured manager. And I agree, I think. And this shows it. He can drop Mount because he knows he's not going to get sacked tomorrow morning. I don't know. Mount is you're dreaming. Gabriel says Potter, both owners and most fans keep moving the post. If these results were under Tuchel, yeah, of course they would, 100%. They will, yeah. And now you see and Gabriel, I say it because he's got the English banner next to his name. Has to be because they were booing Sarri back in 2018. When he was 2019 when he was having those shocking results. But no, now everyone's like, give him time. Give time for what? I fucking hate that word. Give him time. It's towards anything. Give him time. Yeah, if we won the 2 fucking championship Fulham and fucking relegating West Ham, and we drew. Rashi says Potter stays. Yes, even Man United fans are laughing about it. Don't think anything because of the players' individual quality, not because of Potter. And it's scary. I think I agree. And then you look at last year when we won stuff because of the manager. We won the UCL because of the manager. And I think winning the UCL was one of the worst things that ever happened to Chelsea because it dropped our standards and gave the standards to these players and put them to a level where it's too high for them to ever reach. Like, Havertz scored the UCL final, Mount assist in the UCL final, blah, 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 blah. And all these excuses came out just because we won the UCL. But people don't understand. We won the UCL because of the fucking manager. And when this manager came in, he could not get the best out of the players because he wasn't good enough. The manager's not good enough. We had a world-class manager at our hands with Thomas Tuchel. He won us the UCL. I don't know. People were saying it's a pro. What that does that? We had to go hire a mentality coach because of it. First time ever, which I think was definitely needed for sure because his player power is getting too much. And but my best is to be on my get pot until next season. If things don't change, then sack him and bring in Lewis and make it. I mean, hopefully there's another manager that comes available. Like literally Brighton have a better manager than us as well. That new guy's killing it. Brighton are playing better football in 2023. How crazy is that? Like, they're playing better without Potter. Crazy. Like, have no one looked at Brighton? Have no one seen the way Brighton playing football? Like, look where Brighton's on the fucking table. Brighton is sitting 6th. They're literally 6 points off top 4. And that's the highest I think they've ever got. And they've got a new manager. Similar players, new manager. And you're going to sit and tell me Graham Potter's not a problem. He couldn't even do it at fucking Brighton. He got Brighton to 10th place. Now Brighton's at 6th. I don't know, man. Potter has the balls to drop him out on like Lampard if yeah, I mean yeah, and I think, but that's what every manager should be doing. That's like a stock standard. Drop him like I can't believe we're sitting here, and I'm not saying it to you, my best. I can't believe we're sitting here. Even me, I was saying it before that we're sitting here and we're clapping the manager for dropping a player. I can't believe we're doing that. Our standards have dropped that much. It should be a stock standard thing. Honestly, it should be. Brighton carried Potter. Exactly. Brighton, they did. And now look at Brighton now. They're sitting 6th. Wait, let's look at the squad. Hang on. Do they have a similar squad to last season? Let's look at where they played Liverpool. So they used the best team. Oh no, they didn't use the best team there. Sanchez, Dunk, Webster, Veltman, same players. Grob, March, McAllister, same players. Caicedo was kind of in and out last season. They got that new left back that from post Cucurella. What's his name? Perev Estupinian. And Mitoma's been playing very well. And obviously they had Trossard, and Trossard, same player Brighton that Potter had, but he unfortunately, he left. So declares as people that want Potter in have nothing positive or facts to say why he shouldn't get sacked. It's either which manager we're going to get, as if we don't have choices, and he needs more time, as if he has done things big with time. And yeah, I think the same people wanted Tuchel sacked, right, and now saying the same thing for Potter. Give him time, and declared we all know why, because he has the English flag next to him, so he's going to be double protected. And Hansen Flick, like you sack Potter now, you get Hansen Flick in. It's an automatic upgrade. Like no matter long term, short term, 4 games, 5 games, it's an automatic upgrade. Like it upgrades it. You want a long term manager? Okay, let's wait. But if you want to wait, at least you get Hansen Flick, because he will take the step down to up. He will improve the squad. You will lose Enrique, will improve the squad. It's instant success. If it's, as I said, if it's short term, if it's long term, whatever it is. If you're on the chat, you're saying you want a long term manager. If you're in the chat saying you want a short term manager, if you're in the chat saying you want a manager for 5 games, getting a Luis Enrique, getting a Hansen Flick will improve the game we play tomorrow. Simple. Like you want to improve tomorrow, Hansen Flick comes in, we'll play better football against Dortmund. We'll beat Southampton. We'll play better football. Simple. 4 wins in 18 games, all competitions. Even Lampard wasn't that bad, but with much worse squad without Hazard. And it is 4 wins. We've had 2 wins this whole year. Mate, we've gone through a whole month. I'm gonna have kids. Get married, die, come back to life, and we still wouldn't win a Premier League. So man, it's shocking. I would love Roberto De Zerbi at Chelsea maybe one day in the future. I mean, yeah, he's just starting his career, so maybe. I'm more sorry for Chelsea never buy anything from Brighton. I mean, never buy anything without looking into it. Like, Tuchel got sacked, and an hour later, Potter was hired. It's like, they even think about it? Like, come on, man. I wouldn't take him at the moment. Again, actually, I would bring in anyone. Like, you want to bring in someone to help us win just for the rest of the season until we look for a new manager? Like, if you want to sit at 10th place, 9th place, whatever, keep Potter. But if you want to at least maybe challenge for UCL, maybe even just go up the table a bit, you sack him, you get another manager for the short term, and then we look for manager and long-term manager then. That's why I'm saying we should have sacked Tuchel. We should have waited till the World Cup was finished to sack fucking Thomas Tuchel. I don't fucking care how bad of a relationship they had. Just wait fucking 4 months, right? Or sack him, have Anthony Barry on for 3 months for all I give a fuck. Just don't go hire Potter for 5 years on a big contract. Just wait till the World Cup. We could have waited till the World Cup was over and get Hansen Flick or Luis Enrique. We could have got any of them. We could pick 2 choices, but no, we decided to rush in second Tuchel, right? And get a manager for 5. It doesn't make sense. Why would you fucking sign this guy, man? And I said it. Like, I said, let's go hire Potter. I said, yeah, you want to hire Potter? Good. He'll get us really good. The minute Tuchel got sacked, that's what I said. I stand by it. Because we're closer to relegation than we are to top 4. Oh, wait, actually, there's 10, 15. Oh, no, we're lucky. We're close to top 4. Yay. Yay. Close to top 4, the relegation. Yay. Why give him a year? Why not give a new manager extra time on the team? Declared if Graham Potter gets sacked tomorrow, I wouldn't give a shit. Wouldn't care. But I will end up. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. As I said, declared, if Top Boy rang me and goes, Matt, I'm getting Graham Potter as a transitional manager. I said, all right, whatever. Great. I said, Bowie, fine, whatever. I said, Bowie, I would suggest wait till the World Cup finishes so we can go get a Hansa Flick or Luis Enrique, and then we can dictate if it's a short term, long term. Because Graham Potter, I know for sure is not going to be long term because he does not have the CV to back it. And Graham Todd Bowie goes, no, Matt, I'm going to sign Graham Potter for 5 years and give him a 60 million payout if we sack him. And I hang up the phone because like, what a shit deal. Go get me a Hansen Flick. He'll at least be better than what we have. If it's for 2 games, 4 games, 8 games, 2 months, 2 years, 20 years, whatever it is, he'll be better than what we have. Oh yeah, please, we need Arsenal to bottle. I don't want to. This season has been one of the worst seasons for us in a long time. I don't want to add to that for Arsenal to win the league because we've got 30 people in here. And everyone, stop what you're doing. Smash that like button right now as we speak. Let's hit the third likes. If Potter gets the team into relegation, like how far is it going to come till we have to sack him? Like, I know, as I said, I will give Potter minimum till June because I know he's not going to get sacked tomorrow. So everyone praying that Potter they wake up to a Potter sacking. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. But it'll come to a point till June where I say if we're still sitting in ninth place in even March, conversation needs to be had. Seriously, like a conversation should be having now. And I guess you got someone like Felix Johnson, coming in and saying, "Oh yes, he's going to be given time. We won." Blah blah blah. Like, you don't fucking want a manager who doesn't have a CV. How do you know he's going to become good? What has been shown? How has he shown it? Brighton from 15th to 13th. If we're sitting here and say he got Brighton from 5th to 2nd, yeah, whatever. But he got Brighton from 15th to 13th. What shows he has the capability of improving the squad? Any manager can improve a squad with 600 million fucking pounds. And that's the thing. That's the thing Chelsea fans don't fucking understand. Chelsea fans don't understand. Any fucking manager can improve a squad with 600 million pounds. And I can fucking improve a squad with 600 million pounds. Come on. So when is it going to be kind of time's up, buddy? When's it going to be time's up? Because he's got 600 million he just fucking spent. And people go, oh, we just played 1 game against West Ham. The squad needs to gel, blah, 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 blah. Squad needs to gel with what? And if we come back here in 2 months and say the same fucking thing, we're in the same fucking position, what are you guys going to give the excuse now? We're in the same fucking position. Time. Let him develop, blah, 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 blah. If these team does not improve within 3 weeks, at least. If we don't improve against Dortmund is shocking. Dortmund's team is shocking. Dortmund are horrible. Yeah, they've gone unbeaten in 8 games because they're playing the fucking Bundesliga. And they still haven't won in fucking, 10 years? 15 years? I don't know how fucking long it has been. But they won't even be top 10 in the Premier League. That team is shocking. Shocking team. So if he even loses against Dortmund, what's the excuse going to be then? What's the excuse people going to pull out of their asses today? It's like, what will be the excuse be pulled out show? What's the excuse today show? Like, fucking hell, man. Fuck the morning show. What's the excuse today show for fucking Chelsea fans? Can't believe me. Like, I don't get it. I'm saying now, Matt, everyone is like, give him the season. There's nothing to play for. If the right man's available, flip. Yeah, I would. 100% I would. And people are saying, like, let's give Potter a preseason. They weren't saying that when they said before, let's give Potter a window. They said, let's give Potter a window. Now let's give Potter a preseason. It's like, what the? It just doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. You say Potter tomorrow, I wouldn't give a shit. That's what I'm saying. If it depends, declared. Because if you got nothing to play for, might as well just keep him. But if you want to challenge, you sack him right now. You want to challenge for the league? You want to challenge for the UCL? You sack him right now, you get a Hansen Flick. Because we just spent $600 million. The board just spent hang on, everyone stop right now. Everyone stop what you're doing and deep this. The board spent $600 million. Just this window. $600 million. So if we get knocked down the first fucking leg of the UCL with Potter as the manager, are we going to just continue it and just say, "Oh, we're looking past that because we're gonna give him years." Any fucking manager can win a fucking UCL with $600 million. Thomas Tuchel did it with Lampard's squad, where we were sitting at 10th fucking place, and Tuchel came in and did that. So to have £600 next to your name and still be sitting at 10th place, still lose to 16th place West Ham, it's embarrassing. And I'll give him 2 weeks. I'll give him the UCL. If we lose to Dortmund on Wednesday, what's the excuse going to be then? What's the excuse all the time? Gel, this, that, fucking. These players are 100 million. Gelling should be fucking included in their contract, right? Get used to the weather in Spain and then come over, Like, fucking. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope he's not here to next season. Mate, if I spend all that money for my manager, I'll be 10 players. Yeah, shocking, man. Shocking. Like, no one can say there's no question about Potter. He hasn't got any qualifications to manage us. I would be surprised that. Yeah, Roman would never. Roman would never. And that's why sacking Roman. People. Roman had his mistakes, but he would never get someone like Graham Potter, such a beta male. 2 days ago on launch stream, Alex was angry and emotional. He is a Russian Johnny, and getting angry dildo XL. Alex, I mean, Alex just is. I think Alex bipolar. He just jumps from left to right. That guy wanted Gallagher on the team, so that sums him up. He said Gallagher will become good, but Alex are just all over the place these days, man. I know everyone sends me like you go look at the comments, like everyone just says the same thing about Alex. He just waffles. He like says one thing, it's like oh, and then just drops it. It's like and then just. It's called the wait. You said on Lewis's stream? No, it's not Lewis's stream. It's Alex's stream, man. He just talks whatever the hell he wants. But I don't really care because I think he wanted Graham Potter as well. I think he was in the trust of Graham Potter. Now I think he's out. He's Graham Potter out. So I don't know. Another flip flop. But Johnny, I'm not gonna talk about that guy, man. That's not bringing him up. But yeah, and as I said, Graham Potter will not get. I don't think get any better because we had the squad on what's it called? We had the squad on West Ham. So what excuse of gelling would do? How do you gel a squad? Or the players, where the players play. I don't get it. Sit and tell me, what does gelling the squad improve a team? Like, you know how a centre mid plays football. You don't need to know how to gel a squad. So you saying Mudrik's first performance that he came in and played very well, we're going to scrap that out? Because he came in and he played fantastic in his first game. Enzo walked into this first team. Battle of Shield walked into this first team. So what's the excuse about gelling then? Do we need to drop him because it's not gelling? Like, should we not start Enzo next game because these players need to gel? Like, what the fuck is this excuse of gelling? Like, it's like, I don't fucking get it, man. Yeah, that's why no one takes Lewis stream serious anymore, man. Everyone just goes there for the piss take because it's just Alex screaming and shouting. Potter's way too comfortable. We are not Brighton, and we are Chelsea. And Potter hasn't. Yeah, I think Potter's realised that. I don't think the board has because Potter can't improve. He's shocking. It's just the board isn't realising that this is Chelsea and that we need to step up the standards. It's shocking, man. It's shocking, but that's life. That's life. Says Graham Potter. But I want to get. Is it like a quote or something more? Let's see if there's anything else on that. And actually, we need to get Andre Santos in as well, man. We need to get Andre Santos in. Like, I would see, and that's another thing. I mean, actually, it's not his fault because Andre Santos needs a work permit too. It's like, so you get Andre Santos in, bench in for Gallagher, man, we're cooking. And also, that's another point. Gallagher's situation was that Gallagher would only leave the club if he's told to. Everton offered 50 million, and Potter said no. How embarrassing! So look, this is the next run of games we have. All right, zoom out so we can. No. All right, this is the next run of games. Dortmund, Southampton, Spurs, Leeds, Dortmund again, Leicester, Everton, Villa. We're playing one semi-big team as Tottenham. This is relegation, 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 relegation. These are relegating teams. So for Feb, got 3 game relegation. This Dortmund's an easier game than AC Milan, by the way. So Dortmund is an easier game than AC Milan. Yeah, I fucking said it. Dortmund's an easier game than AC Milan. So that's a fucking must win. Should leave it now. Southampton are in the relegation zone, so that's an easy win. Spurs, we always beat Spurs. So if we don't win against Spurs, there's gonna be a problem there. Because we always beat Spurs. Always. So it'd be the most Potter thing to lose against Spurs. Leeds relegation. Dortmund, I said, worse than AC Milan. Leicester relegation. Everton relegation. Villa relegation. So we're not playing a big team till April. That's fucking 2 months, guys. We're not playing a big team for 2 months. So I'll be honest, guys. I expect there's 24 points in total here. I expect at least minimum 20. Minimum 20 points. 1 loss, 1 draw, that's it. Minimum 20 points. Call me crazy. I expect a minimum 20 points. When you spend 600 million on a squad, 600 million doesn't take you from 10th to 9th. It takes you from 10th to fucking top 4. You win all these games, you go get me, what's that? About 18 points in the Premier League. We'll be finding our way back to top 4 very quickly. These are relegating teams. The pressure's on Potter now. Because you just spent 600 million, pal. You got to step up. 2 wins in the Premier League this whole calendar year. 2 wins, one game a month. We're winning. That's the new gambling standard. 1 game a month, and you're gonna sit and tell me that people are gonna want 10 points from this. Because you look at our last run of games from this. You look at our last 24 points we got. We only got like 10, 12. He's been here since September. So pressures on Potter would be next season. No, but the Potter should be right now. He just spent 600 million. There's no excuses. He just spent 600 mil. 100 million on Mudryk. People go, Mudryk's young. Yeah, Mudryk's young, but you spend 100 million on him. 100 million means instant impact. Madueke is a time player because we only spent 40 million on him. But when you spend 100 million on a player, that means he shows up now. So the Potter's on pressure. The pressure on Potter now. Yeah, he's been here since September as well. Oh, but he hasn't been given a preseason. Fucking stupid, man. Draw against Spurs, Dortmund away can only be considered a lot. Yeah, probably that. Draw against Spurs, maybe Dortmund lost away, maybe. Like Slov again. They're easier than AC Milan. And we won AC Milan away. So slightest, but I expect, I said 20 out of 24 points. Chelsea has won 8 matches, 7 draws, 7 losses. They've scored 23 goals. Yeah. Shocking. And if Tuchel was here, everyone would be coming for his head. Yeah, we need a new number 9, but again, to get a new number 9, you need to create for that number 9. And as I said, you sell Aubameyang, that's fine. But don't sell Aubameyang and then go get Marcus Thuram, who's the same type of profile as Aubameyang, who's a striker that needs service. Because Aubameyang failed because he didn't get given service. So if Potter doesn't like him, that's fine, but you don't fucking start Havertz as a striker. You start Desha Fofana. And I would start Desha Fofana in that lineup for sure. So, no, he's a bit all over the place. But guys, we're going to end the stream here. Let me know, guys, how many points are you seeing for this run? There's 24 points to be taken off. As I said, I expect 20 points. It's minimum 20 points. So, yeah, but guys, I'm gonna send in Coachella is live. Guys, Charles' perspective is live, so go everyone check it out. Charles' perspective is speaking more of what I'm speaking. So just go over to his chat now. Through my similar to Baba, yeah. I mean, you give Enzo a deeper partnership or something, then I think we start cooking. But again, till now we've got the players. Maybe we're missing a striker and a secondary to Enzo, but that's an injury problem. You get Kante, Zachariah back. That's it. We're set. That's a 10 out of 11 player set. You start Dash Fofana, we're set. That's a team. That's a top 4 team. You spent £500 million. Come on, minimum 20 points. We should get at least 20. I want at least 20 points. We'll come back, guys, April 1st. We'll see what happens April 1st, because that should be fucking easy points, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I want to play him on the left. But again, maybe we're getting Cuckoo or Oshiman or someone like that. But yeah, that's it for stream. If I smash the like button on your way out, Coachella's live. Go to him. If you want to go to more Charlie's content, I'll see you guys probably. Actually, I don't think we'll be back till Thursday. So we're gonna give the Dortmund review for the game on Thursday. So I hope everyone stays. Make sure the bell is on for that stream. Notification bell must be on, guys. Turn the notification bell on. Subscribe, like. See you next one. Peace out. Bye.